Welcome back. If you just joined us, watching the news at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. President Jonathan inaugurates the national conference in Abuja. The president says it is a new dawn. 492 delegates attend the opening session, many optimistic about a better and stronger nation. New Governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, is sworn in for a 4-year term. And the Russian president signs decree recognizing Crimea as sovereign and independent state. We encourage you to read up more on our top stories on our websites, ChannelsTV.com and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. To get us on the move, visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android and Windows 8 platforms. So if you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions to share your reports, pictures, and your videos. Speaking of pictures, we have some eyewitness reports of the situation that played out at the venues of Saturday's immigration job tests in different parts of the country. But that will not be coming up tonight. But the first picture you're looking at there shows school pupils sitting on the floor in LEA Primary School in Tunga, Maja, Abuja. The next picture points to an overturned signpost at Central Area Abuja. According to the eyewitness, it has been like this for the past 3 months. And finally is a picture of the Medview aircraft after the emergency landing on Saturday at the Murtala Mohammed Airport 2 in Ikeja, Lagos. We do encourage you to keep sending in those pictures and look forward to more of them on our bulletins. In the meantime, we can bring you more now on President Goodluck Jonathan's address to the delegates at the national conference this evening. The president's speech today was frank, it was challenging, and it was full of hope.
They came from all over the nation to the federal capital city of Abuja to be part of this historical occasion of the inauguration of the national conference by President Goodluck Jonathan. At the venue, security arrangement is top-notch, and before the president's arrival, the hall was filled to capacity as government functionaries, governors, traditional rulers, members of the diplomatic corps, party faithful, when the president eventually arrives, it's a full house that ushers him in. And without further ado, Secretary to the Government of the Federation puts the event in perspective.
On the 7th of October 2013, you inaugurated the Presidential Advisory Committee on National Dialogue. The committee were charged, among other things, 1, to consult with all relevant stakeholders with a view to drawing up a feasible agenda for the proposed national dialogue.
His speech paves the way for the president's address, which dwells on the importance of the conference to the nation and the need for the delegates to be proponents of a new Nigeria.
To the conference as nominees and representatives of different interest groups, I urge you all to make a more united, stronger, indivisible, and prosperous Nigeria your preoccupation and reference point at this national gathering. Whatever the pressure on you may be, I call upon you to put the best interests of Nigeria before all other sectional or group interests. There should be no room for divisive cleavages and ethnic zingoism. There should be no room for selfish consideration that defeats the purpose of national progress. There should be room only for the national interest. My expectation is that the outcome of this conference will be a positive turning point for our country's development. We must seize this opportunity to cement the cleavages and fault lines that tend to separate us. We must relaunch our country. Today,
the president did not spare those who believe the conference is a ruse. His advice to the delegates is to rise above the challenges that are likely to work against them during their deliberations.
I am in full agreement with our people. The power we hold is, without question, in trust for the people. Sovereignty belongs to the people. Their voices must be heard and factored into every decision we take on their behalf. This national conference is a very important avenue for the voices of our people to be heard. Our people have yearnings and desires that need to be discussed. Their representatives at this conference are neither usurping the role of the National Assembly nor the executive. They are complementing us in our march towards a greater and stronger union.
To whom much is given, much is equally expected. It is against this backdrop the chairman of the conference promises to galvanize the group to do justice to the assignment.
Today is an important day in the history of our dear country, Nigeria. It makes a significant step in our drive for a stable, just, and equitable nation.
The next 3 months promises to be interesting as these 492 delegates gather to begin their deliberations in Abuja with one thing in mind: rebranding Nigeria.
To more reactions to last Saturday's NIS recruitment tragedy, the National Human Rights Commission has promised to investigate the circumstances that led to the death of some of the applicants. The Commission made the pledge after receiving a petition from a civil society group, Citizens Advocacy for Social and Economic Rights in Abuja. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Bem Angwe, described the death of the applicants as a sad event that should not be allowed to repeat itself. But in other news, retired Supreme Court Judge Justice Adolphus Karibi White has defended the Supreme Court judgment on the substitution of Mr. Rotimi Amechi as the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party for the 2007 Rivers State governorship election. The eminent jurist also explained the decision of the court on Mr. Boni Haruna as Adamawa State Governor after the accession of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as the Vice President in 1999. The two judgments were part of the cases reviewed by Justice Karibi White at the Founders' Day lecture of the Nigerian Institute of Advanced Legal Studies in Abuja. We're looking at pictures there of Mr. Willie Obiano, who has been sworn in as the new executive governor of Anambra State by the state's chief judge, Justice Peter Umiadi, taking the oath of office alongside his deputy, Dr. Nkem Okeke, at the Alex Ekweme Square in the state capital, Awka. The new governor said security, power and agriculture are areas of priority for his administration. Today's ceremony marks the end of the 8-year tenure for former Governor Peter Obi as he bows out of office amidst excitement and commendation from the people of the state. And when the news at 10 returns, the National Economic Summit Group opens in Abuja tomorrow. Focus this year is on education. Do join us again.